So I'm here like at the Greyhound station. Like I said, I'm back inside. What I was talking about, street security. That was street security. It was supposed to be, guys, our own personal security, but more like soldiers, private investigators. I wanted to work with the FBI and the CIA right up to President Trump and kill devil dogs in Florida. They set something up and had some people move into one of our homes in Florida, so we couldn't do that. And I didn't get approval for street security yet, but there are some people in the city of Buffalo saying that they were street security. This is what Buffalo does. You try something new or start something new or come up with something new, and then people will try to bandwagon and say that it's theirs and try to twist it and reinvent the wheel, so to speak. I guess you could say that. Street security was not about selling drugs. I mean, we are trillionaires, so we definitely worked and got our money up, and we're royalty, and we definitely made a lot of money. We're trillionaires. So street security was a $4 million sign-on bonus for 3 years. They were supposed to secure us. We were gonna kill devil dogs in Florida. I was gonna get them gym memberships at fitness centers, things like that, and get them permits, get whatever felonies rinsed. I have to get, obviously, government clearance here in the United States, and get arrested, buy a home in Orlando, Florida, and for a rest site, buy some trucks, some pickup trucks, Chevy Silverados, for the guys to go out. Obviously, I needed guns and the proper clothing for street security to wear, the boots, suits, masks, gloves, things like that, so that we can kill devil dogs, obviously, and work with the CDC. So we're not going to Florida right away. We're going to skip over Florida right now. Yes, we got gas stations. We own gas stations. We're going to skip over Florida and go home to the billionaire in California, like you've seen in one of my previous videos. That's what our plans are. I'm waiting for my children to be released. Like I said, they've been receiving death threats where they are. They're in 3 and 4 different places illegally, and I'm waiting for them to be released. I come here to the Greyhound station every day here in the city of Buffalo and wait past the time. I walk around downtown Buffalo like you've seen. I've been different places. Well, we love the Asian market here. That was another thing that we worked on, bring the Asian market here. I wanted to put like an Asian garden there. That's the old Walmart. We work with Walmart, yes. Like I said, cereals, and not just cereals, but like everything. But again, street security, because we wanted to avoid this issue that we're having now. I wanted my kids to be released from the home that they're being kept in illegally. We're dealing with identity theft and falsified documents, like I said. And there was no CPS involvement on my part for my children. There was nothing like that. They got people in family court involved in keeping my children hostage. So So street security was supposed to go to these places with the proper documentation and release my children in all their gear, with the proper documentation in the vehicles, and bring my children to me where I was located at 148 Keystone at the City of Buffalo Lower Apartment, where I was staying at the time while the proper documentation was supposed to be worked on by the FBI, where there was a problem with the FBI working on the proper documentation as they found out how much money we have and they decided not to work the case. So we had to go over their head, and but street security, my guys were supposed to travel with me and my children, secure us, make sure everything was secure before we went there, make sure everything was going good, and if we had any business opportunities at that time, whatever we come across, not exactly everything, but any business opportunity that we wanted to present to them, then we would. That's a $4 million sign-on bonus. But these guys here in Buffalo said they claim they'd rather kill our children, well, my children, and sell drugs than work for street security. And the women, well, it's to begin with, in Florida, it was to kill the devil dogs. It was an overnight shift, like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. at the rest site. I wanted the trucks cleaned after we went and destroyed the devil dogs, and we would have needed the CDC to come in and pick those dead animals up. And the rest site was, guys, kind of like how firemen do, and they cook, and I was going to set them up with obviously computer and ID, and I wanted for them to punch in and use their hand with their, the fingerprint with their hand, so they get fingerprinted every time they show up for work, because there are some, police officers that get jealous of the different levels and branches of armed forces and the level that you are in law enforcement, and they may want to try to arrest someone for having a gun and things like. This is what we deal with here in the city of Buffalo, and obviously elsewhere. There's been people going to jail for crimes that they didn't do. Obviously, we all know that. So that's what I wanted in Florida, in Orlando, Florida, where I've seen 2 devil dogs, and they're mixing it with heroin, and their urine with heroin. That's what it is. So I wanted to stop that. I wanted to do that, and obviously keep us secure and everything else, and travel with us. The women didn't want to relocate. The women didn't want to wait at night. What I was hearing, they didn't want to wait for their husbands, so they call their husbands at night. Obviously for sex, I guess. That's the only reason why they said they didn't want them to work for street security, because they wanted to have sex at night, and their husbands, a lot of these people aren't legally married, to stay home at night and not go to work and not make that $4 million sign-on bonus, and work 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks on and take 2 or 3 weeks off, and travel. And obviously if your significant other, girlfriend, wife, whoever works, they could relocate and find a job somewhere else. It was going to be Florida, and they didn't want to do it, so they tried to take the street security name and say that they sell drugs. This is what they're doing in Buffalo, or saying that they're doing in Buffalo, and it's just really ridiculous. But they'd rather kill my children and try to keep them hostage and stop people from that opportunity, and they don't want to see us relocate. But there was an opportunity and we're working on everything now because we were supposed to be working on everything a while ago, and some agents decided that they didn't want to work our case anymore and just hold our money and tell me that I'll never get my daughter. So that's what happened with street security.